For Marty Hall, it all began on a snowy hillside in New Hampshire with the Guilford Outing Club and an 800-foot rope tow. His father, Marty Hall Sr., was among the famous club's founders. On wooden skis with leather straps, Marty spent every free moment chasing fellow future Olympians Penny Patu and Dick Taylor. A naturally gifted athlete, Hall readily admits to being a lousy student, unless the subject moved him. At the University of New Hampshire, he embarked on an unusual 15-year plan to graduate. Despite having no prior football experience, because his mom wouldn't let him play, he became the team's leading scorer and the star sprinter in track and field at UNH. Hall was the runner-up for the four-way Ski Meister title in the 1961 NCAA Skiing Championships at the Middlebury Snow Bowl. He finally found academic subjects that interested him: sports psychology, biomechanics, and sports medicine. American cross-country skiing would never be the same. After leading Nordic efforts in the East in the late 1960s, Hall coached the U.S. women's cross-country team in the 1970 World Championships and the 1972 Olympics. In 1974, Martha Rockwell would break through with a top 10 in the World Championships, and anything seemed possible. With Hall installed as the first ever full-time U.S. men's cross-country coach, he established programs in all his favorite subjects. Programs that are standard today: sports medicine, sports psychology, race and training protocols, on-site race support, certification, and education. 2 years later, it happened. When 20-year-old Vermonter Bill Koch took the silver in the 1976 Olympics 30K, it was the first Olympic medal in cross-country skiing for the U.S., and the only one until Jesse Diggins and Keegan Randall broke through with the gold in the team sprint in the 2018 Games in South Korea. Nobody really coached Koki, the coach says, but Hall played a critical role in the selection of an early start number, with ski prep and with strategy of gaining time on the downhills. With Hall's support, Koch would go on to experiment with radical wax techniques, introduce skating, and win the 1982 overall World Cup title. After leading U.S. efforts through the 1970s, Hall went on to serve as chief coach of Cross Country Canada from 1981 through 1989, and as director from 1989 to 1992. Colorful and controversial, Hall was ahead of his time, constantly pushing and prodding to evolve everything from training to racing, grooming to trail design, equipment to waxing, and marketing to spectator-friendly race formats. With Sven Wick, he redesigned the trails for the American Birkebeiner, where he repeatedly won his age group class title, often by large margins. He helped introduce the short course format, with racers regularly passing through the stadium, in designing the 1995 World Championship course at Thunder Bay, Ontario. And at the 1988 Calgary Olympics, he raised the specter of blood doping with the then Soviet Union's dominant results, drawing immediate scorn but long-term vindication. In 2000, he returned to his roots by serving as the head cross-country coach at Bowdoin College for 7 years. Due to a heavy travel schedule, Marty and his wife of 51 years, Kathy, a retired school teacher, never had children. Aptly called Mr. Cross Country, Marty Hall sparked the early U.S. cross-country efforts that led to Bill Koch's silver and innovated in every corner of the sport for 4 decades. For these achievements, Marty Hall has earned election to the U.S. Ski and Snowboard Hall of Fame.